Now we're in our body paragraph one. Our body paragraph one is going to talk about the symptoms of the fever. Because remember, if we go back to our essay prompt, we need to write an essay that describes the symptoms, the causes, and the doctor's disagreements. We kind of already addressed the cause in our introduction. Remember, we're talking about the cause being mosquitoes. So now we need the symptoms and the doctor's disagreements. So our body paragraph one is going to include the symptoms. Body paragraph two, we'll talk about doctor disagreements, and we'll talk about that when we get to that page. So we're on body paragraph one. So I want you to choose a main idea for your body paragraph. Remember, our main idea supports our central idea. It's what we're really going to be talking about in our first paragraph. You can choose any one of these as your main idea. Remember, we're talking about the symptoms. So you can choose any one of these because they all kind of relate to the symptoms, or you can write your own. Here are some examples. People were sick with a fever. People were dying from a fever. People had unknown fever symptoms. People had no idea why they were getting sick. People in the city were experiencing similar symptoms. A silent killer crept through the city. I want you to go through and choose which one you want to use for your main idea. Then after that, I want you to come here and I want you to choose 2 to 3. You can choose 2 or you can choose 3 details that support your main idea. So this is what we're going to use as our evidence to support how people are dying or people are having these symptoms. So here are some examples of the symptoms. You need to choose 2 quotes or pieces of evidence to support your main idea. You can choose, the sickness began with chills, headache, and a painful aching in the back, arms, and legs. Or you can choose, a high fever developed accompanied by constipation. You can choose, then the fever broke and the patient seemed to recover, but only for a short few hours. The skin and eyeballs turned yellow. Nose, gums, and intestines began bleeding. The patient vomited stale black blood. Finally, the pulse grew weak, the tongue turned a dry brown, and the victim became depressed, confused, and delirious. Tiny red eruptions on the skin. You can choose 2 or 3 of these quotes to support your essay. So you're choosing 2, you must choose 2, you can choose 3 if you want to, of these quotes to support your essay and support your main idea. There is no right or wrong answer here. You can choose whichever ones you want to.